Hello guys, the DB Grinder here, back at it again with another video, and this time we have 11 Mantled 2 with 1,364 rating versus Ali L with 1,619 rating, so it's going to be another high rated DB video, and let's go ahead and hop right in, and we will go ahead and see 11 Mantled 2 win the rock, paper, scissors, shoot, and decide to go first. 42 versus 45, opening hands, we have Engraver, Patchwork, Droplet, Sword Knight, and Cornfield. They have Snake Eye Ash, the Black Goat Laughs, Phantasme, Bonfire, and Nib. Okay, so we have Snake Eye, Fiendsmith, going up against the Chimera Fiendsmith deck. I think the Chimera Fiendsmith deck is a deck that people haven't looked at enough yet. I think the deck's actually a lot better than some people give it credit for. But also they main deck Phantasme, Black Goat Laughs. You can dump this off Beatrice. Maybe if Phantasme draws like Black Witch, then we can keep Black Goat Laughs in hand and use it as a very good discard. They're gonna go activate Patchwork. And then Patchwork, grab out the Poly and Edge Imp. I don't think Black Goat Laughs is worth main decking, by the way. I main decked this card before, and I don't think it is worth it overall. I don't think it's actually worth having like anywhere on the list, to be honest. Then they're going to go Cornfield effect. Go ahead, search out Gazelle, and then normal summon Gazelle. Gazelle effect. Go ahead, grab out the Chimera Fusion. We're on summon 1. And then up next, we're going to go activate Chimera Fusion. Go ahead, bring out the Chimera the King. New Chain Link, Gazelle 1, Edge Imp 2, King 3. And then go ahead, search out Patchwork. Search out the Nightmare Apprentice. We get the Rip 1 at end phase. Chimera Fusion effect, add itself back to hand. And then we're going to go Engraver effect. Discard, go search out for the Fiendsmith Tract. And then activate Tract, add Lurie, discard Lurie effect, special summon itself out. And then we can go Lurie into Requiem. They won't activate Phantasma here because they'll chain Requiem effects, so they only get to draw 1 and put back 0. So they want to wait until they can draw 2. Requiem, go ahead, bring out the Engraver, and then link those off to go up into the sequence. And then I was going to say, wait, on the summon of that, we're going to go ahead and drop Phantasma. So special summon out, draw, put back, draw Engraver plus Lurie. That's kind of awkward to draw those two specifically. Because what do we put back now, right? I guess if we put back Black Goat last, we have Engraver, add Track, Track, add Engraver, discard Lurie, special. If we put back Lurie, then we still have the Black Goat Laughs in hand. We can Engraver for Track, discard Lurie, special summon it. That's weird, because I want to find a way to use Black Goat Laughs with this, but it looks like, yeah, it looks like they're just going to put it back. Okay, sequence effect, put back Requiem plus Lurie, bring out Lacrima effect, special summon back out the Engraver, and then on that summon, activate Nib, tribute the field, pass over token. The deck, like this deck definitely can be playing the DDD Wave High King Caesar. I've seen a lot of the list play it, so maybe that's what they were afraid of. Lacrima, put back sequence to go burn. Now they can still keep extending here. They're going to put back Lacrima, special summon out the Engraver, and then from here, we will go, what do we do next here? We're going to go discard Sword Knight, special summon out Nightmare Apprentice effect to go search, grab out the Master Toe, then we're going to go, they said, messed up a bit. Okay, link off, go up in the Cross Sheep, activate Poly using Engraver plus Master Toe, bring out the Chimera. Oh, that will work, right? Because that's a Fiend, that's an illusion. Okay. Bring out the Berfomet. I also haven't looked into this deck too much. I haven't been playing TCG as I have Master Duel Worlds coming up. But that right there, that's cool. Being able to use that just as like a Fiend to go into this. This card's broken in this build because this also gets you to the Fiendsmith stuff. But Berfomet 1, Master Toe 2, and then Cross Sheep 3. So special summon out Gazelle, summon out Sword Knight. Yeah, you have to do it in that chain link too. Otherwise, Master Toe will lock you into illusions from the graveyard for the rest of the turn. Then they're going to go ahead, dump the Diabells, which, we want to summon on their turn. Link off in the SP effect, banish Nib, SP plus Cross Sheep, go up in the Apo, Sword Knight effect, tribute, bring out Big Wing effect, go search out Chimera Fusion and Gazelle. And then we're going to go ahead, set Chimera Fusion, Droplet, end phase, rip Bonfire, pass, they draw Bonfire, which is actually pretty funny. But we do get to draw phase, summon out Diabells, which can pop a back row if they set a back row, which pretty much means, we hand rip them for 1 more. I love that that's what this deck does. Like, it hand rips 1 off King, and then it summons Diabells, which is pretty much just another hand rip. So it always hand rips for, like, 2, basically. And then, you know, the opponents always try to hand trap you. So then they get hand ripped again. So I always think it's so cool when this deck gets to like combo through hand traps. It almost feels like unfair when it gets to do it. But banish, summon out Diabells, and then we can see them emit defeat there. I guess let's find out why, right? Set Bonfire, potential of it just getting popped. Let's say we go normal summon Snake Eye Ash effect, we get hit with Apo, we make Anima effect to take. I feel like we should have at least attempted to play, right? But I guess they also have like banish special back, negate Anima, hold Apo for the next actual play, Apo negate Engraver. I don't know. Maybe like honestly they should have tried, right? They already know what deck they're playing. They showed Bonfire, so like why would you not like at least attempt? It's not like you're hiding what deck you're on. But on to the next game now. We will go ahead and see Snake Eye go first. Opening hands, we have Patchwork, Nightmare Apprentice, Molcharmy, Nightmare Apprentice, Polly. They have Ash Blossom, Snake Eye Ash, Engraver, Skill Drain, Crossout. Oh my god, that hand is like it's like perfect. They're gonna go Standby Phase, drop Molcharmy. They don't Ash it? Nah, you're crazy. I think you Ash Molcharmy there for sure, right? Because if you combo, the game is over. Like, you have skill drain, so all you have to do is just go for safe combo and the game's over. You actually just win the game. This deck can't really out skill drain unless they go like Guardian Chimera and then Chain of Fusion spell to get rid of it and then resolve. But that's going to be really hard to do if you just full combo and set up a full end board next to skill drain. And this deck doesn't play like too many hand traps. Pretty sure like a lot of the builds don't play very many at all in this deck if I remember correctly. It's more board breaker type cards. I might be tripping though, but they're gonna go Engraver in the Tract, then activate Tract to go search, discard the Lurry, special summon out the Lurry. Okay, then we just link off, go up in the Requiem effect, tribute, go special, bring out Engraver. Maybe they're trying to combo without using Snake Eye Ash, but I think that's still just incorrect. Because then, you know, it gives you a chance to get hand trapped where then we have to commit into this, we let our opponent draw. It's really just like what else are you trying to hit with Ash, right? Like Sword Knight is like an obvious one, like for the engine wise, but Sword Knight doesn't do anything under skill drain. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like they're just not playing as if they have skill drain in hand. Like skill drain's a broken card. Engraver, put back, special summon out. I always play differently when I draw this because you just play as safe as possible. Just play for follow up every time and you win. Sequence, put back, special summon out. Lacrima. I have yet to lose a tournament match where I've drawn skill drain. Going first. Like, it didn't matter what deck I was playing, whether it was like the Runic Stun I played at the regional, or like Snake Eye that I played at YCS, which is actually crazy, because I remember I had a conversation with Paulo, like PRRJ Goncalves, the guy who won YCS Indy, and, you know, we had a conversation about how, like, Skill Drain may have just been better than Summon Limit from the beginning. Like, realistically, in the Snake Eye Mirror match, the opponent could still somewhat set up under Summon Limit, but, like, if you skill drain them, they couldn't. So it was just always skill... Like, we should have been playing skill drain from the beginning. That's actually kind of funny because we got Summon Limit hit on the ban list because everybody was playing it thinking it was the best card, but realistically, skill drain was just the best card, and we didn't know it yet. So we got the wrong card banned on accident. This card should be banned next, by the way. This card's ridiculous. Overlay, go ahead, summon out Beatrice effect, attach, go dump the Poplar. Okay, and then we're going to link off in the Promethean Princess. Well, never mind. We're going to Lacrima, put back, burn for 12 first, okay? And then, I really wish, like, you know, that like, also wasn't a thing. I know a lot of people are complaining about time right now. I think if time is starting to impact a lot of your games, what you should be doing is when you test, try to, like, you know, after you learn how to play your deck, you know, learn how to play it fast. Learn how to play fast through hand traps. Like, you just have to play fast right now because everybody's deck has a way to win in time. And if you lose game 1 and you make game 1 draw out a lot, then game 2, if it takes you 10 minutes to combo, game 3, your opponent's going to win the game unless you draw hand traps. And you don't want to be put in a scenario like that, so you got to you got to play faster. And what I would suggest is if you're testing, you know, try to use a timer. Like, DB has a built-in timer for it. And then always just pretend that side decking takes roughly 3 minutes for everything all together because, you know, IRL, you gotta, you know, look through your side deck, grab the cards out of it, look through your main deck, find the cards out of it, swap them, shuffle, pile shuffle, present deck, draw hand. At least that's what I always do. I always pile shuffle. But I also can side deck very quickly whenever I know my deck well. I always have the siding patterns written down before the tournament. I want to know how to side deck against my opponent the second I pick up my side deck. I don't want to have to come up with what I'm going to do when I pick up the side deck. But Princess in the Poplar effect goes search, grab original. Also, I'm yapping a lot. Y'all said y'all like y'all said y'all like the yapping. So, you know, y'all can't complain about it because y'all said it was okay. Original, send Poplar. I really don't like this combo at all, though. I don't like, okay, bring out Oak effect, special summon back out Poplar. Oak send itself plus Promethean Princess, bring out Flameburge, and then use those to go up in the IP Masquerena. Flameburge effect. Said, can you at least let me upstart Goblin at least? They said, ha ha ha, not even. Yeah. But I mean, here's the thing, right? Mulcharmy did not draw a card there, right? But you have to think about what Mulcharmy did other than draw. It forced the opponent to end, like, look at what end board they're ending on. Like, I will gladly lose one card to make my opponent go from Appaloosa, Desiree, Flameburge in the IP, you know, Princess in Graveyard with the Flameburge on board for extra follow-up. If I drop Mulcharmy and my opponent decides to end on this end board instead, this Mulcharmy did way more than it needed to, even though I didn't get to draw anything. You know, just like the presence of this being able to draw made the opponent play horrible. To be honest, I mean, they could have just ashed it and then, you know, just 1-for-1 with this. And then you still have Snake Eye Ash plus Extender plus Crossout. So then realistically, you're still beating at least, you know, one hand trap's going to trade with Crossout. But let's say you go normal Snake Eye Ash, the impermit, and you're just like, okay, sure, let me just activate my Fiendsmith stuff and extend through there. They hand trap you again, you cross out it. So now they need another hand trap, which means they would have had to have 4 hand traps. And now they still need Engine that can push through Skill Drain. That's why I'm saying the hand's FTK and they just played it like a bot. Like, I'm literally forcing my opponent to draw, like, Sword Knight, Harpy's Feather Duster, 4 hand traps. Or hand traps that aren't in my deck list, which would be goofy hand traps. They'd have to hit me with, like, a Gizmek Uka instead of the guy that fusion summons. Which y'all don't know about that goof. But they're going to go activate Patchwork, and then they're going to Ash Blossom it. And then, by the way, it's not like actual goo or anything. I think the only thing Gizmek Uka is good for right now is in Branded or in Rescue Ace. Rescue Ace, you can summon out like Impulse, which can get you into your engine. Or you can summon out Gizmek Uka in the Fire Engine in the Impulse in the Preventer, and your opponent takes burn damage, so you can also use it as a way to like try to win in time going second, kind of like Spooky Dog would. Also, on top of that, Gizmek Uka can go into the Incredible Ecclesia and Branded, and then that can tag out in the Fallen of Albaz, which can tag out into Albion, because all the Fiendsmith stuffs are light, and they always Requiem summon from deck. And then you can use that to go in the Mirror Jade and the Mirror Jade dump. So you can realistically get multiple interruptions through Gizmek Uka and Branded, which is why that's the best hand trap in Branded. I'm pretty sure it's the only hand trap they play in Branded. Then they're going to go Cornfield Effect, discard, go search Gazelle. I was testing, you know, I kind of am testing Branded a good amount right now. I think that deck is, it's a very cool deck. I like how that deck plays Yu-Gi-Oh! A lot. It's like the best way to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Is just always have games where there's interaction. Besides the fact that it's, you know, Gimmick Puppet Turbo, but hopefully that gets addressed on the list. Discard Nightmare Apprentice, summon Nightmare Apprentice, effect. They flip Skill Drain. Cool, I mean, that card's just broken. I mean, what can I say? Like, you just win the game if you flip that card. Then they're going to chain IP. Sure. Like, make access code. Like, bro, look at the, like, what are you doing right now, dog? Like, we don't have Promethean Princess live. We just summoned a random access code, so that way, like, they can't beat over. And, like, sure, this does a little bit under Skill Drain. You know, it can still pop by banishing itself. We're going to send Skill Drain next turn off Snake Eye Ash is the plan. But, yeah, bro, this was just played horrible. Like, what are you even doing, dog? Poplar, Spell Trap Zone, and Ash Blossom, sure. At that point, we should... Do we spell Trap Zone Poplar itself? Because I was going to say, next turn we have normal Snake Eye Ash, effects on itself plus Skill Drain, but we can't summon Oak unless we original put back Oak, which I don't think we want to do there. I think we'd probably put back Flameburge and then special Flameburge. I guess it depends what we still have on our end board when it becomes our turn. I don't think Spell Trap Zoning Poplar would be bad, though. Honestly, I think Spell Trap Zoning Ash Blossom is also just fine. The game should just be over at this point anyhow. They're going to go activate Poly, bring out the Berfomet, and then they're going to go Gazelle 1, Berfomet 2. Okay, so they get the search. They don't get the dump, though, because obviously Skill Drain. But I was about to say, this doesn't do anything. So they just submit defeat. Going on to the next game now, we will go ahead and see 11 Mantle 2 go first. But the only problem is if the opponent had an out to Skill Drain there, the game's over. Like, I know, like, you want to play when you're going first as if, like, if your engine resolves, you win the game, right? If you full combo in Snake Eye, the game is over a majority of the time. If you have Skill Drain set, then if you full combo with Skill Drain, the game is over. You win probably 95% of those games in realistic scenarios. But I guess, like, you know, you do have to... like, I don't know, it's so whack. I hate skill drain, especially in the Fiendsmith era, because you have to play enough hand traps to hand trap the opponent to stop him. If you don't, you auto lose the game to full end board, and you can't prepare for skill drain then because you need more hand traps. And if the opponent draws skill drain, you lose because they drew an FTK. So then you have to you literally have to hand trap your, like, the real way to beat Floodgates isn't siding in like two Lightning Storm and a Harpies to beat skill drain against Snake Eye while you also have to hand trap them. The real way to beat skill drain is just hand trapping them so many times repetitively that they have nothing next to skill drain, and then you still just try to beat them down, and then, like, let's say they next turn normal Snake Eye Ash Sun itself plus skill drain, you hand trap them again when they summon like Oak from deck or something. Like, you literally just have to play all hand traps. Like, I haven't lost when I've gone first with skill drain, but going second, I've still won like half the games. Like, at the last YCS Indy, obviously Fiendsmith cards weren't a thing yet, but I was still winning under skill drain sometimes. Or even like in testing, I was testing against my buddy Paul Phil a bunch, and I was still able to win some of the games under skill drain just because I built my deck to draw infinite hand traps. I also think playing 45 cards in Snake Eye is kind of copium, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I see people going above 45 too, which I don't know. I don't really like the idea of that. I would rather play... I still am over 40, to be honest. I've seen some people go down to 40 in the list. I'm still over it. And also, I don't have, like, a concrete list. I just had, like, what I've theorized in my head, because, like, I'm always, like, theorizing random deck lists that I like U-Bell, Snake Eye, like, the meta combo decks, Tenpai even. Yeah, I feel like I'd be a little bit over 40, playing a very good amount of hand traps. I think I'd only be playing 1 Diabell Star and 3 Wanted, because I think Diabell Star takes multiple cards to attempt the combo, and then you're going to get hand trapped. I don't want to have to discard a hand trap for Black Witch either, because if I get stopped, I want to have as much hand traps as possible to stop the opponent. Alright, now I feel like I've really been yapping too much. I've really been full Yu-Gi-Oh! For like the last week at least. It's literally been wake up, Yu-Gi-Oh!, go to bed, Yu-Gi-Oh!, sleep, dreaming, Yu-Gi-Oh!, wake up, Yu-Gi-Oh!. Like, deck lists are due for Master Duel Worlds today. So, like, I'm really, like, I'm at, like, the peak right now. I'm at peak Yu-Gi-Oh! Brain right now. Like, put me up against Jesse Cotton, Joshua Schmidt, and Paulo as a 3v3 team against me and an Iron Man. I'm cooking all of them with one eye closed. I don't even care, bro. Like, I'm cooking everybody right now. We got Patchwork, Chimera Fusion, Engraver, Gazelle, and Patchwork. They have Phantasme, Talon, Snake Eye, Ash, Veiler, and Bonfire. So, this hand's solid. The only problem is, like, Phantasme, it feels so weird against this deck because it feels like you need to hand trap this deck early, and by the time you draw off Phantasme, it's too late. That's how I feel about Phantasme completely right now. Like, I think Molcharmia is just a better Phantasme. They probably are playing both, though, but I feel like Phantasme is bad. Like, they're main decking it. I wouldn't main deck it. What's their rating? 16, 19? I don't think it's because of their deck list that their rating's that high. It's probably just because of their actual skill as a player. Even though I don't agree with how they played that last game at all. But also, we don't know. Like, this could be 3 a.m. for them, and this could be their last game on or something. You never know. You can't really judge a player's skill off just one game. Or one deck either. Activate Patchwork, go search Edge Imp Chain, go search Poly. Because there's also people who are only ever good with, like, one deck, and then they kind of just, like, die off once that deck dies off. Normal summon out Gazelle effect. Because, I mean, think about it. Like, let's say I play, I don't know, let's say, like, before Unchained got the support, I played Unchained every day for 3 years straight. Unchained gets support, you know, I become godly with it, and then Unchained dies, and then, like, you know, I die with it, pretty much, because, like, I don't know how to play any other deck. Like, some people are just like that. But they're going to go Gazelle and the Evil Hero. Also, bro, I feel like I'm yapping so much. I just got so much to say right now. But, like, also, something that I've been doing recently is trying to play one deck and truly stick with that one deck. Even if I don't think that deck ends up being the best deck, I feel like if I can play a solid deck very, very well, it doesn't matter if it's not the best deck, I still think I can perform very well with it. I see people, there's one guy, Adrian Goncalves, I think is his last name. I'd be messing it up, but shout out Adrian. I think he said something about that a while ago, that, like, playing, like, one deck and becoming extremely, extremely good with it, putting infinite time in the one deck is better than, like, switching decks all the time, because I definitely was someone who switched decks a lot, because I would get bored of one deck. But now I find it very interesting becoming extremely, extremely good with just one deck, which is like, you know, I've been playing Snake Eyes since uh, December like 22nd, whenever that ban list got dropped. And I looked in the other decks like Voiceless and Tenpai, but I never truly thought those would be the decks I'd be playing. I've known it's been Snake Eye the entire time. Except for, I think YCS Indie, Salamangreat was actually a really good option. I'm not going to lie. I think Salad was a very good option for that YCS. I just didn't have enough testing with the deck to switch to it last minute. Because my one testing partner played it for that event. Shout out Josh Kipp. But he bubbled at X2, sadly. But he also should have had more testing with the deck. We just didn't have enough testing with the deck. Otherwise, I think he would have performed better with it too. But summon out King. And then Gazelle 1, King 2 to rip during end phase, so go ahead, search out Nightmare Apprentice. Also, we fused away with the Evil Hero, so banish the Evil Hero to go special now. Wait. This can add any... Oh, okay, we added that. Yeah, okay. Go ahead, summon out Adjusted Gold. I don't know, for a second, I was thinking that, like, we searched this, but that's not what happened. Okay, they're going to go ahead and bring out Adjusted Gold, and then Chimera Fusion effect, add back to hand, and then we're going to go Gold in the Requiem, and then Requiem effect, Tribute, go special, bring out the Engraver. Now we're going to link off to go in the sequence, on summon, activate Phantasma, special summon out, draw, put back, draw Talents, Nib, put back Talents for sure. Also should shuffle the hand. But now they're going to go sequence effect. They said okay, which is also a little bit dangerous because I was going to say now they're going to get to go this, special summon back out. But I guess maybe they just plan on dropping Nib here and then trying to Valor the next play. No, okay. They're going to let them go up in the Apo and then just have Valor Nib to break the end board. Like, Hand Trap plus Nib is so good. Discard, summon Nightmare Apprentice, effect, go ahead, search out Cornfield. Also, I would love to see Apo get hit on the next list. I'm not going to lie. I would love to see it. Now they're going to go Cornfield effect, discard, go search Sword Knight. I wish, I know this sounds crazy, but I wish Konami let me build the ban list. I feel like I could be so good at building ban lists. You know, without, like, having, like, future knowledge of what's coming out, I feel like I could be pretty good at it. Like, I don't like how Konami hits decks all at once. I've said this before, like, with tier limit, they didn't hit tier at all until they, like, slaughtered it practically by hitting it so hard. Like, they hit, like, the stuff around it, like the Curious and stuff like that, but they never hit the actual tier cards themselves. Like, Snake Eye, I wish they would have never hit Link, Karibo, Savage, Baron. I wish, like, during that ban list is when they should have been like, okay, let's hit this deck some. You know, maybe hit Snake Eye Ash down the one, which is consistency, but also it hurts the follow-up of the deck. Maybe we just say something crazy. We ban Oak, right? Maybe we just ban Oak from the deck. Hurt the deck. Maybe you just go after consistency. That's a very strong card, like Wanted, because that card's consistency, but also ends up giving you a draw, so it ends up becoming a very, very good extender consistency card, you know. And then also hit the Savage Baron, but who knows? Maybe, I mean, now we're at the point where, like, Snake Eye has to get hit hard. Put back sequence, special summon out Engraver, activate the Poly. Also, a put back sequence. Maybe we could have put back Lacrima and then equip sequence to the Engraver effect to go send Phantasma. If they try to Phantasma negate, we can Apo negate, but I guess that plays into a singular Nib then, without forcing them to have another hand trap. But I feel like, I don't know, getting the body off board's pretty big, but maybe they are going into like a Guardian Chimera here or something. No, they're going to go in the Perfoment effect, Master Toe, summon back out the Sword Knight from the graveyard. Okay, and now they're going to overlay, make Beatrice effect, detach, dump the Diabells, Sword Knight effect, tribute, bring out Big Winged. Also, I love how this deck doesn't start with Sword Knight anymore, because that made the deck very fragile. I love how the deck tries to do, like, the Poly plays first, and then Sword Knight at the end. I think that's, like, such a huge advancement for this deck. At the beginning, this deck felt unplayable, realistically, compared to any other meta deck. Because I tried this deck right when it came out. I tried the Runic build too. I tried everything, because I thought the cards were so cool. But activate Chimera Fusion, chain Nib, chain Apo, chain Valor. So tribute the field, summon Nib, pass over token. Chimera Fusion still has to resolve here. So we're going to use token, Edge Imp Chain, plus Engraver, because this just has to take a Beast or a Fiend, and we're using a Fiend. Bring out the Guardian Chimera, then Guardian Chimera 1, Edge Imp 2, go search out Patchwork, and then draw 2, draw Nightmare Apprentice and Imperm, pop Nib. So we do actually play Imperm in the deck. So we do play some hand traps. I was going to say, because we haven't seen a lot of their non-engine yet, actually. But they're just going to go set Chimera Fusion, set Imperm, move to end phase, rip one from hand, and then we rip the Snake Eye Ash. Pass turn, they draw Flame Burge. That's unfortunate. They would have really preferred a solid draw for turn, especially because their hand just loses to Imperm now. I wonder how they decide to play this out, though, because I was going to say, they're also going to draw phase, banish, summon back out. So this is going to be interesting. And then Burfomet to summon out the king, so that way they have their Sword Knight set up. I guess also their Cornfield, but really just the Sword Knight. Oh, it's so difficult to play this. They probably only play one Guardian Chimera, which is good for the opponent, because otherwise, if you set one, they let the first one go through, you set a second one, and then they just go Chimera Fusion and the Guardian Chimera pop both. And then if you have another spell or trap, then it just gets popped right away, so then you pretty much get hand ripped for every card that you have. But let's see how they decide to play this. Okay, they just submit defeat because they're a bozo. Why would you do that? Like, come on now. That's so bad. Why does this player admit defeat so much? I feel like their rating should be lower than what it is. Personally, like, if I'm in this game state, I will spend at least the next 20 seconds to see if I can play through it. It's worth it. Let's say you just go set Bonfire, right? And the opponent doesn't pop it. Then you can just activate Bonfire. It's not like this is like anti-spell, right? So then you can go activate Bonfire, and you don't go for Snake Eye Ash, you don't go for Snake Eye Oak, because those are almost guaranteed to get hit with either... I'm not even thinking about set Imperm at this point, because if you start thinking about the non-engine that they could potentially have, then the game becomes unwinnable, right? Like if they have Imperm, oh, they just Imperm my play and I lose. Okay, so... let me pretend that they don't have Imperm, because if they have it, I lose. I need to play this as if I'm trying to win. So I'm thinking about Sword Knight. I'm thinking about the known cards. All unknown cards in their hand right now, I'm thinking are Blue Eyes White Dragons. I'm thinking the set card maybe is Patchwork, Bluff, can't be real. If it's real, I lose. So I go set Bonfire. Let's say the opponent lets it go through. I go Bonfire. I don't go for Oak or Ash because those cards get stopped 100% of the time in this scenario. I go for Poplar, and then I Poplar into either Original or Divine Temple. I probably go for... what do you go for there? I guess it would depend. Like, does that get stopped yet or not? Because I think you'd have to go for Original, right? Get the extra body off of it. I guess Divine Temple technically gives you one more body, assuming that Sword Knight would be used on whatever we summon off Original. Divine Temple gets to summon Snake Eye Diabellstar, End Spell Trap Zone Ash, which means that the opponent's specials, aka uses Chimera Fusion, then we get a body off of it. So you probably have to go for Divine Temple. Again, because you can't just do this like straightforward. It's going to be complicated. But then when you set Divine... oh, wait. Nah, that's actually interesting. No, you have to go for Original. Because when you set Original, your opponent can't pop it. Because if they pop it, then you have Original put back Snake Eye Ash to search for Snake Eye Ash. Or you can link off Poplar. Poplar, spell Trap Zone itself. Never mind, I was going to say, because then you wouldn't be using Poplar effect to spell Trap Zone. Because then you could Original put back Pop to go search for Oak. And then Oak in the Ash. But we know Oak's getting negated by Sword Knight for sure. So there's no point of doing that. We would just put back Ash and search Ash. And the normal Ash gets stopped on Ash. Poplar into like a Anima. And then... Poplar, spell Trap Zone, Snake Eye Ash can send because Sword Knight doesn't negate and destroy or negate the full effect, so then you still have the effect to send. But to be honest, they would let Snake Eye Ash search go through because you already went through Poplar, so you have to go through Oak, so you'd have to do it in the different order because you can't do what I originally said. You have to go for the other order because you have to resolve Oak to summon back out, but we know that gets negated, so then you have two bodies, so then you at least still have Charmers set up, and you have Talons. Okay, and that's also assuming that they pop the Original when you set it. Holy, there's so much. I don't know why they scooped this game. This game may have actually been, like, somewhat winnable. This is what I'm saying, bro. Why'd you admit defeat, bro? I bet you if they drew a good card for turn, they would have stayed in it. I would have loved to see this game actually play out, because there's also a chance we just go set Bonfire, they pop it, we go Talons, you know, set Talons, activate Talons, draw, and then we just pass and do nothing. Or there's a chance where they just pop the first card we set talents, they go Chimera Fusion into Magnum the reliever, using like Guardian Chimera plus Gazelle effect to go search, Magnum the reliever, banish pop the last set card, and then they have Imperm Sword Knight for the last card in hand, and then your last card in hand's Flame Birch, so you lose no matter what it was. So like there's a chance to, like, you know, who knows, maybe the Chimera player messes up, but I guess it's not the best testing, assuming that the Chimera player messes up. But also at the same time, it's not like people at YCSs play perfect either. People will make mistakes even if you play against them in, you know, the finals. Like, you know, just YCS Sacramento, the last YCS we've had in the finals. I mean, we saw like Jesse Cotton make some mistakes, not just the Necro Equip Princess draw interaction, but actually like building the full end board he messed up on too. So like it proves that like anybody can make mistakes no matter what point throughout the tournament it is, no matter who they are. Even if it's somebody like Jesse Cotton, which is arguably considered the best player ever. Also, I'm curious, who do y'all think's like the GOAT of Yu-Gi-Oh? I think Jesse Cotton is definitely up there. I could see, like, I haven't truly like thought about it fully because I don't know a lot of the foreign players. Like I know Joshua Schmidt, but you know I don't know like Japanese players. Because who knows, maybe there's like the guy who won world, like the guy who got second place 2014 Worlds, first place 2015 Worlds, first place 2016 Worlds, and then went to 2017 Worlds because he won 2016. Like who knows, if that guy has like a couple YCS wins, like that guy might just be considered the GOAT, because winning Worlds that many times is extremely hard. Even though it's like a quote unquote like fake format because it's just based for Worlds, which I've always hated, by the way. I think maybe like they could be considered the GOAT then, but I think Jesse Cotton is definitely up there. He's won a lot of tournaments, and it's been a lot of years too, right? I don't even know when he got his first YCS win, but it's been a while for sure. Yeah, okay. I think that's done for the video. I don't think there's too much more to say. I do think like the gameplay could have been a little bit better, especially like game 2 too. Like Ali L did not play this match as clean as I wish they could have. But it is what it is, right? It is what it is. We're gonna see if the match is about 25 minutes long. How long is the video? 32 minutes? Yeah, I knew I was yapping a lot in this. I yapped a lot, like a lot. But yeah, that's because I'm about to go hard in the paint for the next like. Let's see, it's like 3 p.m. right now. Yeah, it's 3:05 at this very moment. Deck lists are due at 11 p.m. So I have like 8 hours to work on deck list for Master Duel. It's going to be very interesting. Obviously, I can't say too much about all that because, you know, I'm going to Worlds for it, so I can't like leak anything. But it's going to be very interesting how Worlds goes. And I hope that I get to play against some of the, you know, great people that I've talked about, like even just in this video. Like I hope I get to play against like Joshua Schmidt, Jesse Cotton. Like if I win Worlds, I want to play against some of the best players to get there. I don't want to have to win Worlds and play against like, I know I was going to say like the bad players. I mean, they're still at Worlds, so they still have to be at least somewhat good. But I want to play against the best of the best, not just the best of the best to win Worlds. I want the win to feel as rewarding as possible. But with that being said, anybody else that's going the Worlds for Master Duel, I hope you're ready to get second place, or at least I hope you're ready to get absolutely destroyed by me when we play. You know, just a heads up. Shout out to everybody that is going the Worlds that's watching. Also, wait, there is a little bit more I want to talk about at the end of this video. I'm going to be hosting a Worlds format tournament for TCG. Like TCG Worlds format, like not Master Duel, not Duel Links, like the Worlds format for the trading card game, the one that everybody like cares about, to be honest. That one, I'm going to be hosting a tournament for that on Saturday. So I don't have the exact time set up for it. I don't have the exact pricing set up for it. I need to talk to sponsors and stuff. I've been slacking a little bit because I've been going I've been testing for my own Worlds tournament and everything. But I am going to be hosting that like TCG Worlds tournament on Saturday. It's going to be free entry. I'm going to start it like relatively early, like probably like 10 a.m. EST. So that way people from like Europe and stuff can play in it reasonably, kind of like how we did last time, where it'll end a little bit late for them. The prizing should be good. I'm going to put up a Nintendo Switch myself, and I'm going to put up some money myself. I wanted to put up a prize card myself, but I'm not able to find the Another Verse one that just came out. Like, not the one that just came out, but the one that was there last year. I wanted to find a super rare version of that, but it seems like a lot of people aren't getting rid of them because of how cheap they are, because they're only worth like $250 right now. So a lot of people just want to hold on to them and see if they go up. Which is also crazy that the prize cards are that cheap. Like, that's actually ridiculous. It's cheaper than like a Starlight Rare that you could like pull from a pack randomly. It just shows that Konami maybe needs to change their prize. Like, instead of doing one prize card a year, why don't we do one prize card every regional season? You know, every like 3 months. Like, they change the playmat every 3 months. Why can't they change the prize card every 3 months? You know, I feel like that would help out a lot. As long as like as long as the prize cards aren't playable cards, like, you don't want to make like a crush card, right? Like something that only comes prize card. Maybe you even just do like, I don't know, something like random, bro, like imperm. Do imperm in a high rarity and only do it for 3 months. I bet you that card will be worth an infinite amount. And you could do that for like top 32. You could also do that for top 64 too. Like, not even top cut of the YCS. Top 32 plays it out, but if you get top 64, at least you still get like, you know, a talents and a like different rarity that's only for top 64 in a YCS for a 3-month period. So there's only like, I don't know, a random number, like 6 YCSs in that period. There's only 32 times 6, so what, 96 times 2, so, you know, roughly like 200 copies of that talents out there. And if people want it as a play set, they're gonna need 3 of them. So there's really not that many play sets out there to buy. Card would be worth a lot. Just example for Konami, if they happen to be hearing this, you know, that would increase the pricing by tenfold for the players, and then at the same time, you know, it doesn't cost Konami very much to make an alternative art or like a different rarity of a card that's already out. So that would be pretty cool. Or maybe you like put at the bottom of the card, like how they have on the prize cards, like this card was won at this YCS or whatever, or this season. If there was enough, maybe if the card didn't have too much text on it where you could reasonably put it at the bottom. Or you just put like YCS right here in the little text thing. I don't know if the prize cards already have that or not. I haven't really looked at my prize cards like that too much. But alright, I've really been talking way too much in this video. But the Worlds Tournament will happen. I want good prizing for it. It's going to be free entry, so you have nothing to lose for signing up. The point of the tournament, the reason why I host the Worlds Tournament, is because I want to help out the U.S. team as much as possible. So, like Landon, Jose, Ruben, Mike Thomas, who else made it? There was a lot. Aditya, like he won Nats, of course. I can't remember his name right now, but the U-Bell player, also the player who got 5th place at the NEWCQ gets to go to Worlds this year because Paulie, who won Worlds last year, isn't going this year, so his invite got passed down to the guy who got 2nd at Worlds, but he was unable to go either because he didn't have a visa, so that got passed down to 5th place at the NEWCQ. So, we do have a good amount of NA players going this year, and I want to be able to help out as much as possible. Like last year, the tournament I hosted, Dragon Link ended up winning, and then I know Paulie ended up talking to the guy and maybe tested with him some. I'm not 100% sure. And then Paulie ended up playing Dragon Link at Worlds and won. And the reason why I really want to do it is because, like, Japan, they host Worlds tournaments all the time, and they get a lot more players than we do. Like, they get hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of players, and they all get together and try to help Japan win Worlds. While in the United States, we treat Worlds as just something for the Worlds players. Nobody plays Worlds format. A lot of people during this time actually take a break from the game, but the season kind of never stopped for Yu-Gi-Oh this time around. We got regionals and YCSs back before Worlds happened. But yeah, hopefully we can make it to where the U.S. team wins. And if you're not from the U.S., let's say you're from, I don't know, Germany or something, and you're going to Worlds, you can also just play in the tournament and get really good testing from it. Like I know Dinkaboo played in the tournament last year. Pretty sure he played Labyrinth and got top 8 in the tournament. So even he played in the tournament as testing. He just played under an alt, so that way people wouldn't know it's him, But yeah, that's going to be it for the video. And with all that being said, the DB Grinder signing off. Peace. There's not going to be a second video today because I got to do a lot of testing and deck building and theorizing before the deck lists are due. but I'll probably upload twice tomorrow. I still need to test a lot for Worlds, so don't expect me to go back to the normal 3 uploads until at least Worlds is done with. And also, I think after Worlds is done, I think I want to start uploading a little bit more Master Duel content. So I guess I'll link it down below on my Master Duel channel if you want to go check that out. I bet you most people have already stopped watching this video anyways, but I'll leave my Master Duel channel link down below at the top of the description if you want to check that out. I've only uploaded on it once in the last like month, and it was like an XYZ Cup. And then before that, it was like over a year. But I think I'm going to start uploading on it more once Worlds is finished. I don't want to upload on it now because I can't truly say my honest opinions about a lot of things because Worlds is coming up, and I don't want any of the competitors to watch the video and know what I'm thinking at all. I want them to be completely in the dark about what I'm going to play and my thoughts on the format. And yeah, with all that being said, the DB Grinder signing off. Peace. Have a nice day. Stay safe. Stay blessed. Stay up. Let's go.